So our lesson today, look at the camera. So today we're going to get a lesson on warfare in international politics. And we're going to talk to you about.
Push your belt.
There you go. It's on. Okay. You're stand next to me. Okay. So today we're going to talk about a history of warfare in international politics. And we'll conclude on how it is relative today. Right? These are, this all came with the medieval kit. These are shoes that they would have worn.
Why are they tied together?
I like moccasins. They're not tied together. Okay. So Chris and I have prepared a PowerPoint. Let's see. We're going to start with Alexander the Great and his phalanx. It was disciplined soldiers in a uniform line that repelled cavalry and infantry. Do you have any comments you want to make on Alexander the Great? What do you think? Why was he so successful?
Strategy based.
So strategy. Okay, how so?
Determination.
Yep.
And especially the ability to unite all the other his fellow Greeks and toward one goal, particularly against the Persians.
Perfect. And what was Darius's country composed of that is clearly different?
It was an empire, wasn't it? It was ruled by fear.
It was ruled by fear. Okay. And it was a bunch of different tribes put together, a bunch of different types of people put together, and they're considered slaves. So you consider what Alexander the Great brought to the table as unifying the people as one. E pluribus unum. What does that mean? It's a motto of our country. Used to be the motto of our country.
About that.
Brandy, many is one. And that's what Alexander the Great did. He unified. Okay, and he did this.
That's probably the 1,000-strong Persian immortals. It's probably maybe those might be mercenaries.
One form of warfare is archery in the early days, ancient times. Very effective.
Especially against, it was great at weakening the lines of spearmen before
Because they weren't heavily armored.
chariots.
Yep. And what did they have on the wheels?
Those are scythe chariots.
Scythe chariots. And what were they supposed to do?
They're mainly designed to cut down enemy at their legs.
Yep. To plow, the strategy was to defeat the phalanx. So they made these chariots specifically for this battle.
Yeah. However, it was futile to charge directly from the front.
The hoplite. Right here?
The round, large shield was called the hoplon. That gave them the name hoplite.
That's absolutely
That's what
correct. You're right, Chris. You're right. That form of Roman soldier is called a hoplite. He had a sword, he had a spear. He was kind of a utility warrior, right? Absolutely right. Okay, Rome is similar. Go ahead.
Not sure which one that is. It might just be that right there. That formation right there is called the testudo, meaning tortoise.
That's absolutely right. Testudo. And what would that repel?
Arrows, but it wasn't. But it hindered movement.
Right.
This was unfortunately that was what Marcus Licinius Crassus ordered his men to form during the Battle of Carrhae, which ultimately led to their defeat and Crassus's death at the hands of the Parthians.
Right. Absolutely. Good example. Okay. Would you like to add anything else on Roman warfare? There you go.
Nice.
Looks very like mighty. It does.
Good fit.
I love it.
You should
And then the more rich knights.
Yeah.
That's too big. They would actually have helmets made for them specifically for this. So they would have an advantage in warfare. Okay? And it helped them defend their countries and such.
He looks
Yeah.
awesome. in that.
You look like
He looks
you're a
like
good knight.
So the only places really that they would be able to attack is most of the time this would be in pieces. So the armpit would actually be open. So a person that was attacking Luke here would either try and get his sword or a sharp object up his armpit into these
And that-
spaces,
yeah.
or he's also had parts right here
He's boring.
by his groin that were open that they would go for. And if he was wearing a helmet too, they would actually go through these little eye holes, the visors.
Or if he was unlucky enough not to wear a helmet, they just go for his face.
And they just go for his head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
But very cool.
It's K and
What? Oh, dang. Chris, you're supposed to proofread my work.
What?
Alright, I forgot the K. But also very cool.
You moved it there.
What did you say?
Keep going. Right?
oh,
No.
you're going
The other
backwards.
way.
Right here I did, Knight.
Yeah.
Chris was doing this slide, I think. I did.
That one says.
Okay, so this would have been an
Looks like your
example.
typical Viking warrior.
Yep. Or
It's a
it
Huskarl,
would have been
I
11th
believe.
Habersk, right?
A Huskarl.
Explain.
King Har- There were Saxon warriors who went to fight
Okay.
during the Battle of Hastings. King Harold Godwinson used them as his personal bodyguard.
Right. 1066, Battle of Hastings.
The last successful invasion of Britain.
The last successful invasion of Britain.